Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Desolate Ellipse. We are in Hell, Michigan. It is cold as hell, Michigan. Everybody seems kind of sad. Everybody, I don't understand. We're kind of just wandering through. Everyone seems to be ready for a goddamn auto race. But I don't understand. Like, it just seems so gray and dismal, and I don't understand it. But you know what? I can't be bothered to hear about no people in the crowd who are sad because none of this matters. Because you know what? Hell, this does matter. This is the fucking playoffs.
That's right.
I'm Chip Chapman. As always, the man to my right is color commentator and short track specialist Lightning Lord Shivers.
It's not even adequate no pants weather. It's not even adequate shirt cock weather. I got to bundle up in a sweatpants. I mean, my sweatpant boner game is on point here this evening here. A little bit chilly out here.
I was wondering what was happening. You were knocking the bottom of the table. I didn't realize that was what that was. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's why. That's why I had a reputation around the short tracks of New Mexico back in 2005.
Goddamn, boys! I gotta tell you what, it is colder than an ex-wife's phone call out there.
It is. That is Beaumont Jenkins back in the booth for us.
Beaumont Jenkins!
And we are talking about the playoffs. Absolutely, we are talking about the playoffs. The drivers are getting ready. We are looking at it. 16 cars have made it to this point. We had our first race last week, won by Paul Alcohol. He starts on the pole today. His teammate Giacomo right behind him, and a couple of other playoff implications. A bunch of playoff cars are on at the front of this field. We're riding a 2-mile straight up circle. They ain't like, you know what? They ain't banks. There's banks, but I mean they ain't any different turns because what are they gonna matter? That's kind of the explanation. I got like the paperwork of this track. They just kind of made it a circle because if they didn't, what? Who cares?
No banks. It's all credit unions.
Absolutely. I think there's some banking in. It's just a standard. I don't know. It's a standard savings and loan banking of a turn.
It's not a check and go. It's more of a check and die. Exactly,
Lloyd. Again, you're a short track specialist. This is a 2-mile course, but there aren't any straightaways. We're going straight up in a circle. Is that almost kind of like you almost kind of drive this like a short track, don't you?
Yeah, you got to have a steady rhythm. You got to make it's different driving on a straight up circle. On a traditional over track, you at least have the straightaways to kind of settle everything out, line up a passing opportunity. Here, it's all turns. Turn 1 is turns 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it's the turn you all know about.
It's the same as all of them. It's every single one of them. Paul Alcohol is on the pole. He has won the last 2 races so far. This has been, he has had just an outstanding season. This is his 3rd pole. He's got 3 wins. And, of course, he's already through to the round of 12. You can see the points scaling, the points scrolling at the bottom, of course, after this and our next race, which happens on the actual roads of South Tucson. That will be where we cut the bottom 4 and we reset the points again, and we do it again for 2 races. We go from 12 to 8, then we go from 8 to 4, and when we're down to 4, we have one final race, and the highest finisher is our champion. That's how it works. That's how these playoffs work. I think we need to go to the starting grid and show how these cars are going to be lining up today.
Let's do the damn thing.
There you go. It is the Endless Monotonous Loop, sponsored by Nihilist Arby's. This is how they are going to shake up. It does matter how they're going to shake up, as passing might be a little interesting on these turns. It's a pair of war machines on the front row. Paul Alcohol, his 3rd pole. Giacomo in the number 4 right alongside him. Joe John Winchester had a poor performance last week. He's on row 2 with Richard Blood. Good qualifying effort for the 51. Behind them, Mr. Naga's most glorious driver, number 10. And, of course, Jean-Paul Henry, who, again, was on the pole last week. He right behind his teammate, Richard Blood. Smiley Van Vuren, the rookie, on row 4 with Paul Walker, another playoff car in that Nihilist Arby's car. A couple of teammates. Again, Ennio Sparina and El Matador Toto Rosanna are on row number 5. On row 6, it's Jeff Gordon, the horse, the number 8 gunk car, and a rookie, Doug Pork, driving that good grave at 8-3 for Adjective Food. Stumpy Lane, there is on number 9, that number 9 Gumbo's car, along with a playoff participant, Reverend Pastor Chavez, currently below the bottom, the cutoff line, but 2 more races to go. There's Jim Blossoms and Kevin Boner Pillman. Boner Pillman had a rough go at it. His car basically blew a header in the first race, so he's got a lot of ground to make up. There's Fat Daryl and 542 Norman on row 9. Row 10, Morris Mayfield in that 69 car.
Nice.
And Bucket Dewshine, a rookie in the 55 Taco Baco car. Dirk Tanaka driving the Slap Mart 99 car, and Ricky Walton in the 32 Temecula Dirt car. Those, of course, 2 playoff contenders as well. On row 12, it's Big Data Thibodeau also racing in the playoffs, along with Woo Ba Bali in the 103 Huggle Oranges car. On row 13, it's Nikolai the Soviet driving Bear in the number 2 Russian Bears to You Dodge Stratus, along with Cobb Salad, a playoff driver, in that number 21 Ford. Harry Gunt in the 8-2 So Much Chicken is on that row with Petrol Topov on row 15. Jeff Shanice, another playoff competitor, and Vitalik Kriptov in the Gray Bits, number 1 car. And at the back of the field, it is Bowie Jessup and Agent Toby Keith. Bad qualifying efforts for them, but you know that if they get a good run, they can easily find their way up to the front of this race. Well, gentlemen, we are getting very, very close to those important words, but I think it is time, of course, to thank the Lord for the bountiful something that we've got. I understand we had that they couldn't. When we explained to the people of Hell, Michigan, that we wanted to bring someone in for a race prayer, and they said, oh, okay, well, what kind of thing you looking for? I don't know, someone who can give thanks and be and explain how grateful everybody is for what we have in our lives. And they kind of just looked at me kind of cockeyed, and they didn't really understand what that meant. So we had to bring in Pastor Ricardo Reencarnacion.
Let us pray. Lord, for when you blessed us with your broken water heater at the church, we needed to find a way to get some more funds, so that is why we are having the yard sale. Lord, may you bless us with all of your VHS tapes and 8-track tapes and your cassette plates at the yard sale and the yard sword and your yard on Holly Avenue. Lord, may you give us $1.50 for water and Pepsi and Beepers and Coke and Coca-Cola as we go to the yard sale and the yard sale and the yard freaking sale on 35th Avenue, New York.
Oh, God!
Coca-Cola products.
Lord, we need to sell a bicycle and ask for your price, so that you may give us a new water heater and perhaps air conditioning at the Greek and Orthodox Church with your big yell and your yard sale and your sword yell and your last ray and your drawl yes and your roll say and your Lord say.
I would die for that bicycle.
Hey, man! Hey, fucking man!
Oh my God, I have something to live
May they all
on
bring cash and coin and perhaps not bargain down too much because we need to get the repairman. Called Lennox. Let us pray.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Well, I gotta say, I was not expecting this rather dismal crowd to be whipped into a fervor, but here we are.
Lord!
Oh, we're still going, okay.
May you sell extra buddies and homemade pecan pie with your bake sale and your back sale and your Blake sale and your Bachak sale.
Yeah, Bachak.
I think I'd just let him keep going like this.
I mean,
And the Bukaki sale.
Fair enough.
Let us pray.
All right, I think. Well, I think it is now time for those not quite famous words of motorsports, but let's get the point across here at the Desolate Ellipse in Hale, Michigan. I think we can go ahead and give that.
They just woke me up to do this. I mean, start them up, I guess. I don't care. None of this matters in the end. Everyone's gonna die. We'll die at the end of this. Some will even die before the end of this race.
Everything and everyone must go.
I'm
God.
so confused, but we have got the pace car heading up there. We've got 32 cars, 16 playoff competitors, and a lot of them are packed at the front of that field. It's going to be important to see how we're going 150 miles, 75 laps on a 2-mile straight-up circle. You can see the high line or the outside field are already making their way up onto that.
Now, gentlemen, if there is a wreck here, would that be enforced called there, pretty much calling them circle jerks?
I mean, I think so. If it's the person at fault for that, I guess would be, But we're just seeing there's some pretty high bank turns. We're looking at the long shot of this. We of course go to the wide angle, and we've got at least a lap of this.
Yeah, that's right. This track is going to put a lot of stress and strain on the right side tires because they're going to be under constant load during this race. It is a wide radius. These drivers are really going to have to
Oh my God, Corso just fucking said, fuck this. Well, hell, all right. Well, I guess we're reaching over. Oh my God, I don't understand what's happening here, but you know what? I think I like it. It's a second race of the first round of the playoffs. We're going to bring it on up here. And everybody, let's go. Diddler, it's a goddamn auto race. Holy shit. Corso ain't even around. Oh my God. Okay, we're seeing what's happening already. Looks like Giacomo got a poor start on that and had a brake check, and Richard Blood almost got into the back of him already. Joe John Winchester in that 4-7 car already looking to pass for the lead, and it's going to be really interesting to see how this shapes up when they decide to make their passes. I mean, you're turning entirely you're turning the entire time, so there's no straightaways.
Chip, it's a very interesting fact here. The two guys leading this race are the only two people in Diddler Cup history to go back-to-back wins in a season.
That is fair. Right. Giacomo and Joe John Winchester. Oh, sorry, and Paul Alcohol at this point. Yeah, Giacomo did not, but Joe John Winchester absolutely has. Now, I don't have my info up right now, but do we have the winner of who basically won this race last year when we ran at this track?
According to a couple fans, nobody wins.
Oh, fair enough. But I mean, I don't care. I don't care if you're a muddy lazy cod or if you're Mr. JK in style. You're gonna love this race, and it's gonna be exciting to ride. To watch and to ride it.
Yeah. I'll tell you, this was, of course, the side of Ennio Sperini's photo finish victory in the closest race in Diddler Cup history at that point. And he's down there in the middle field here. He's down there in 12th place, so he's going to be looking for an opportunity to surge his way up to the front.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see...
All the grip seems to be up on the high side of the racetrack.
Looks like it.
Drivers looking like they'll take the middle line up there. We may see some drivers even take that very, very low line up down on that.
We just saw Winchester dip down to try to make a pass. It's looking like Winchester and Giacomo are jockeying for the lead. Giacomo, of course, got the lead. There's Paul Alcohol, nice big close-up on that bathtub gin car. We're talking about Ennio Sperini. Let's go ahead and get a quick look at him. He's choosing the low line right now. But Sperini, had a rough regular season. He ran pretty dang good last week at Boys Town in RuPaul's drag strip. But just didn't get the win. But I think it's a lot to build on. That's the thing. So many of these cars are going to have something to build on.
They're trying to make it 4 wide down at the bottom.
They really are. That Cobb Salad going really low. I think maybe something's wrong with Cobb Salad. I don't know if he's choosing that.
Pastor Chavez with a little bit of movement up top there.
Yeah, I saw Reverend Pastor Chavez. That's another playoff contender. Seems like his car was just kind of flying all over the place.
And when you talk about sudden, sometimes disgusting and unhealthy movements, of course, Nihilist Arby's is the perfect sponsor of an event that has lots of movements like this.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
There's constant movements up to 3 times a day, taking crucial hours out of your productive life.
Very watery sometimes, and just
245 miles an hour. Right?
Woo! Look at that speed. That is dangerous as shit, ain't it?
Yeah, this is great. I love this. If you don't think this is awesome, you can just get the fuck out of here.
And we're looking at Jim Blossoms running in 3rd place. Jim Blossoms, one of those that's kind of on the cusp right now. There's a cutoff line. It's not going to happen today. but you don't want to find yourself too close to the cutoff line. And there's two drivers, Jim Blossoms and Dirk Tanaka, who are both only 2 points away, adrift of, if you will, of Joe John Winchester, who is of course running in the lead right now. And they are 3 cars that need to be focused on moving up in the point standings. Dirk Tanaka is sitting back in 20th, but Blossoms in that 41, and Winchester in the 47. They are looking pretty dang good right now.
That's right. Everybody's looking damn good. Everybody's looking fast. I mean, look at this. You know, for a damn Big Ten state, they ain't used to seeing this kind of a Diddler Cup speed.
That's fair enough. They are used to seeing like extended runs like that. However, we just saw El Matador Toto Rosanna make a daring dip down to get behind Smiley Van Buren. I'm surprised he didn't cause any sort of a wreck there. 10 laps in already of this 75-lap race, and it looks like we might be, I mean, if I do my math correctly, we got 150 miles in this track. I'd say we'd be good for 1 green flag pit stop.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be... They're running flat out. They're going to be using up all the fuel wastefully and about as dumb as possible.
Of course they are.
That's really the...
You were talking about Darren Dipdown. I think I saw a copy of one of his VHS tapes by the Greek Unorthodox rummage sale. I think it was on sale there for like $1.75.
Oh, of course, yeah, of course. And by the way, those extended runs are brought to you by Reshart. Try their new extended runs for you if you have to go when you're on the go.
Now with 2 times the absorbing and holding power.
That's trail in your tail.
Oh, there you go. If you ain't pitting, you're gonna be shitting in extended runs by Resharts.
Endorsed by Blue Bob Ollie.
It's extra cushion for the pushing.
It's extra town to hold the brown.
It's extra hold to fit the mold.
It's extra area for the diarrhea.
Extra mass to hold your ass.
Absolutely. Look at Mr. Naga's most glorious driver running right by himself. Now taking that low line that nobody else is going with you, that's gotta be, you gotta get right back into place. You gotta make your pass and hope that the guy's gonna let you in, because now he's kind of sliding right back in, and he just lost a lot of time. And also Smiley Van Buren forced him to brake check, and you know Smiley Van Buren, he's been driving like a bit of an asshole lately. Look at 542 Norman go scooting down the track.
This child is doing speeds of over 250 miles an hour. I repeat, this is a 12-year-old child that's doing 250 on a closed circuit. Do not attempt.
Do not attempt. Do not try this at home. Unless your home is South Tucson, then you can go ahead and do that. And there's Richard Blood looking at the low line for a little bit. Keep an eye on that 51. A little bit of rumbling from Paul Walker in the Nihilist Arby's car. Usually the rumbling that happens when you're involved with Nihilist Arby's is in your stomach, but that car, it just kind of got a little bit of a draft underneath them, or a little bit of air separation from Jim Blossoms, who, by the way, is going to come around and I think is going to lead a lap for 5 big points. And who that is dangerous news for is Dirk Tanaka, still down in 23rd. Not looking good at all. The number 99 Slap Mark car,
where America shops, the official reseller of Dongarex Injectapen, available at Slap Mark pharmacies across the U.S. of A.
And both the Slap Dong cars, the Slap Dong corporate racing team of Dirk Tanaka, and the 15 of Kevin Boner Pillman, they have not performed well in these playoffs. There's not a lot of races. There's not a lot of room for error, as we see Boner Pillman going 4 wide at the low line, 17 laps in on this race. And Boner Pillman, of course, the car did not keep it on the. They could not keep it on the track. They had to put it on the trailer. It was not a good day over at Boys Town last week, and it's not looking like a good time for him right now. And Dirk Tanaka's got to worry about it.
That's right. Well, that's nothing to be ashamed of. Over 40% of drivers every day just can't keep it going for a full 100-mile, 200-mile race, and that's nothing to be ashamed of.
No, it doesn't make you any less of a man. It doesn't make you any less of a person or a driver.
Just saying, you can't swat a ball with a water balloon. Just saying.
That's fair enough. But, yeah, Boner Pillman seems to have dropped all the way down to last place. Let's keep an eye on what's going on here.
Shit, Norman!
Yeah, 542 Norman is playing a really dangerous game here as Ricky Walton, who was pretty high up in the standings, he was at 4th place after the last race. He is hiding in the back there with Kevin Boner Pillman. Looks like both of them are having trouble here.
He's in 5th place right now. I tell you what, he is living so dangerously. He's chewing Tide Pods and watching all them meme compilations with the over-distorted audio.
That he is. He just took a big drop back in the standings. No one went with him. He's got Agent Toby Keith behind him, giving him a little push. But it looks like, and Toby Keith's going to make the pass, so I think just 542 Norman got close to the front and then fell back a lot. Like he's already back down in 14th just because he had to fall back into that.
542 Norman playing the second most dangerous game he's known to play. The first most is dab execution, and the third is dropping anywhere other than Tilton Towers.
Fair enough, and we are looking.
Now, are you familiar with dab execution? It was a great. It's a sport here where you dab with a broadsword.
Oh, I thought when you said execution. You meant like how to execute a proper dab, not like actually executing somebody.
Yeah, the broadsword's good. Have you ever tried the blonde sword?
I have.
There's no handle on it.
Well, let me tell you about a time after a doubleheader weekend at Irwindale Speedway back in May of 2009. Boy, I tell you what, the 358 was running hot, and she could just breathe right through her ear holes.
I mean, at that point, you got to just, you got to keep every breathing orifice full that she has to, I guess, I don't know. I'm not much of a blonde sword man myself. I think if I'm going with a broadsword, it's got to be dark and it's got to be exotic and it's got to be one that I probably paid for. But that's neither here nor there.
That's a big.
But it's got to be. I gotta say, Chip Chapman likes his swords a little on the thick side.
And that's with 3 C's, folks.
Of course.
Is that a shield?
I mean, sometimes.
We're about a third of the way into this race. I can't count.
About a third of the way in. Yep, got 2 laps before we hit the 1/3.
33.3 repeating
forever and ever.
Forever.
In the desolate ellipse. None of this matters.
Nope. Yes, thank you. I was being clarified that thick with 3 C's, that third C goes at the front, so it's kind of like a Cthulhu thing. It's like Katik.
Oh, yes.
Katik. I don't know. Well, Giacomo just running so good right now. He is at the front of this pack. Jim Blossoms, Joe John Winchester, those have been the 3 leaders. Paul Alcohol as well has dropped down to 8th. But it's a pack of playoff contenders at the front. We're seeing the War Machine cars. We're seeing Henri. We're seeing Winchester. We're seeing Jim Blossoms. Paul Walker has got his teammate Bucket Dushine to help push him along. Morris Mayfield's moved up to 7th place in that 69 car.
Nice.
Very nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Beautiful. And he's got Cobb Salad right behind him.
And I tell you what, ever since he left the Nihilist Arby team, Morris Mayfield has had a much more positive demeanor. I think, a change of environment is just what does a driver good.
Yeah. Oh, Bucket Dushine just got really loose, or he was looking to go down to the lower line, but I guess his teammate didn't. That's the thing. You got to just keep the draft with your teammate. I think just that's the thing for a rookie. Those instincts kind of come in, but you got to remember you got a job to do. You're not in the field. You're not in the playoff field, but one of your teammates is, and that's important to get him as good of a performance as he can.
That's right, Bucket Dushine. He's got the signal from a spotter. He's trying to go down to Taco Town.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's going to have to stay there and give Paul Walker a little push if he needs it. But these guys aren't. This isn't really a bump drafting kind of track. This is just you just got to keep in the draft, or else you see what happens. You can see like Agent Toby Keith and Jeff Gordon, the horse. They're trying to make do with it, but you got 2 strong lines that are just pushing them along. Jeff Shanice has moved up into this one. He is sitting in 8th place.
Well, as I understand, Nihilist Arby's, they're known for their depressing-looking roast beef sandwiches that look like
Absolutely.
they've just been slathered in grease and mediocrity. But of course, they're willing to branch out into other things, like their new Murder Fresh sandwiches.
Murder Fresh.
Yes.
That sounds delicious.
Yes, it's fresh baked bread. It's organic ingredients. It's kind of like the sandwiches your mom and dad used to make in between the constant yelling and fighting and hitting one another. And,
usually when that was happening, I had to make my own sandwiches, but
But my question is, how can you make a sandwich if you're being argued at? What is this, Subway or
That's
Suburban?
And of course, you can't forget the curly fries, which are deceitfully cheerful on the outside, but soggy and unloved on the inside. Just like I was with my parents.
just like Darlene.
Just like Darlene, exactly.
Just like Darlene.
One of these days you gotta get Darlene to bring one of her friends over. I'm sure someone from the nail salon will come over.
A man can only dream. A man can
I'm
only
just
dream.
saying, y'all been passing Darlene around. She ain't my type.
Look, all I'm saying is Pocono ain't the only tricky triangle that's worth tackling for Lightning Lloyd Shivers.
Fair
They
enough.
reinstate my damn racing license.
Speaking of, that might have to be a track we go investigate next year. We may have to go and see if those fun folks at the Tricky Triangle are interested in.
If they're not busy, stuff. If the
Just poke a nose in there and just sniff it out. Just get a good
Absolutely.
whiff.
I don't know. I feel like inconveniently far from a hospital speedway has a territorial restriction. We'll see how that plays out.
That's fair. May have to share some licensing.
May need to open up the vet clinic just in case.
Yeah, we're looking at Jean-Paul Henry staying in third place. He started in the spot. He's been holding steady. He's got to keep an eye on Paul Alcohol right behind him. I don't think that's going to be much of an issue, but he's going to remember last week when Paul Alcohol basically left him in the dust and stole a win from right under his nose. That Ludger Beer Bombs car has found it much tougher this season to make it into the end of the season as champion. However, again, Henri sitting in second place in the points, so he's pretty safe at the moment as long as he continues to run good.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Jean-Paul Henry always has a tendency to drive better when he's being chased by other cars. And, that's the thing. He's got a target on his back this year. Everybody's out to get him. Everybody's out to run him off the road. Everybody's out to step in front of him on the way to the bathroom, and there's only one toilet stall, and you really got to poop.
Absolutely, that's true right there. We're seeing, let's go back and we were looking at Kevin Boner-Pillman. He's running a little bit better. He's still in the back of the pack along with a 32. Looks like Reverend Pastor Chavez has fallen to the back. I don't think we've lost any cars yet. Yeah, Reverend Pastor Chavez is running dead last right now, but not really lost off the pace. But he's just him and Big Daddy Thibodeau. Look at that. That's not going to be a good performance for them. Pastor Chavez sitting in 14th place. This is not going to help his case. And Big Daddy Thibodeau in 8th. He's doing all right now, but he's going to want to make some moves at some point in this race. These point differentials are so slim. They're so slim, so thin that
they're trim, they're buff, cut, ripped, chiseled, and
just like I like my hash browns at the Waffle House. That's how I order mine.
Damn right.
Ripped, chiseled, jacked, and sometimes I get them molested. It's got to be a long night of drinking if I get them molested.
Usually you don't even have to ask for that.
I know, right?
Greek Unorthodox Church for that.
Well, we're looking around. Richard Blood seems to have dropped down into the... Oh, that's what... There explains that. He went for the low line, did not have any help. That slap mark car is not going to be fast enough. Look at that slap dong racing, maybe giving him a little bit of a push. Or they just caught up to him, but he has been dropping like a rock. Richard Blood down to 15th place.
Like a rock.
He is driving a Chevy. He is driving a Chevy, so that's
right.
possible.
I was just thinking about those old Chevy TV commercials, man.
Of course. And look at the speed as we go to the wide angle. Isn't this beautiful here in Hell, Michigan? This is actually a nice location. It's a really pretty place to go see a race. How do these people get so sad?
Well, you think about it here, it's always cold. The nights are longer, especially around this time of year. We are starting to settle into fall.
I mean, it's going to be winter. It's going to be cuffing season. And I got to tell you, if you're in a cold environment, as we look at El Matador Toto Rosana, I'll tell you, even the nights are better when it's cuffing season. You get yourself a nice husky lady. You curl up to her. You engulf yourself in the folds. And all of a sudden, you're warm for the winter.
And I'll tell you what, now we're not just talking about somebody who has graduated the University of Wisconsin. It's giving me the university. Now that's you're snuggled up with a Badger now. I'm thinking of University of Washington. I've got my W's mixed up.
Wisconsin, better than a Golden Gopher.
You're talking about the Huskies now, right?
I've had a Golden Gopher once, and let me tell you something, man. You know what a Golden Gopher is? That's when.
Gee!
I tell you what.
No!
And I tell you what,
God, man. Put that thing away!
Oh, good Lord! I didn't realize you could aim it that way.
Yeah,
build it down like that.
That's right. That's right. All you just need is a little bit of duct tape, some WD-40.
Oh my God!
And a cucumber.
And the sheer will of the Lord Himself. Good fucking night. Well, I mean, if you're into it, cool. We don't judge. You know, let's say the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some. Man is born, he's a man of means. Then along comes two. They got number their genes. They got different strokes. They got different strokes.
It takes different strokes to move the world.
Yeah. Woo! All right. Love that show. Love that show with that weird little feller. And looks like, okay, we're seeing Joe John Winchester is leading a bunch of cars to pit road. That pit speed is fucking fast. Holy shit.
Good Lord.
I guess they got to make a ways to do that because that's fucking, they are slowing it down. Giacomo staying out. We are seeing green flag pit stops. We have not seen a caution yet. We're going to keep an eye on this. But
they're all pitting together. They're all pitting together so they can draft together when they come out of the pits.
Yep, we got Joe John Winchester, Mr. Naga's Most Glorious Driver, Ennio Sparina, Doug Pork, Reverend Pastor Chavez, Ricky Walton. That's not a lot of fast cars actually on that track. That's a very short list.
Oh, Corso's out!
We got a caution out. What in the world happened?
Oh my God! What
caution is out? That is oh God, that's going to be unfortunate for the guys who just pitted.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my God!
Oh my! What in the world? What in the wide world of sports happened here?
I'm not sure. We got a caution is out. Okay, we're seeing a lot of cars in the pits right now. I have no idea what in the hell just happened.
Uh-oh! I see skid marks. I see smoke.
Oh, we got skid marks.
We're not talking reshard either.
No, we're gonna have to find out what happened on lap 46.
I just had to check myself, make sure I didn't pinch a loaf in the back of this, in the back of these here.
Jesus
Ricky
Christ,
Walton and Jeff Shanice look like it down the lap there.
We got a lot of cars. That is going to just throw everything into disarray.
Oh man, look at this! I'll speed past Corso.
I mean, you know, these guys don't give a shit.
They don't care.
They don't care.
None of this matters.
Corso's the real winner.
Yeah, we're watching Giacomo.
He's driving with the Michigan Wolverine mascot head on. Can you see through it? No. Does Corso care? Hell no.
Also no. Well, we're gonna see what happens here. The Kiss War Machine number 4 car back on the racetrack. I don't know if Paul Alcohol is pitted yet. I think he did. Yeah, we saw him pit. That's right, we did. I mean, this is going to just turn the whole race upside down because we had some green flag pit stops right before a caution. Oh, my goodness. Let me go ahead and see if there's any cars. Okay, it was a wreck involving Morris Mayfield, Smiley Van Buren, and Cobb Salad. They are out with an accident. Oh, that is just absolute heartbreaking for Morris Mayfield. That is not going to be good for him. Cobb Salad may have just kissed his playoff lives goodbye. He was in second to last place. Morris Mayfield's going to drop down. He was only 7 points clear. That is not looking good for Morris Mayfield in that 69 car.
Nice. Oh man, we gotta check out the replay on this one.
We're gonna have to. I have no clue what happened.
Well, you better be firing up that damn tape.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we got what is it? Lap 45. And the cars were 69, 11, and 21. Nice.
Bingo!
That's only 3, Beaumont. Come on. You know that.
Hey, doesn't mean I had 2 more.
Okay.
2 more than you.
I mean, that's fair. It looks like Giacomo's going to keep the lead. Bucky Dushine, Bowie, Jessup, 542, Norman, Harry Gunt, Wooba Bale, Fat Daryl, Dirk Tanaka, Jim Blossoms, Agent Toba Keith. There's a lot of names we're not seeing down there, and I think it's the ones, yep. Oh, okay, Jeff Shanice, Doug Pork, Ricky Walton. They seem to have been spending a lot of time in the pits. They may almost be a lap down.
Cobb Sabbath is officially retired due to hunger.
Well, you know, sometimes hunger strikes at the worst times, and you got to just make sure that it's taken care of. We are shortening the race. If everybody has visited pit row, which it looks like we've all cycled through here, then they've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and they're wearing sunglasses.
Hit it.
And we got Lee Corso still out with the caution. It's going to be lap 40. It's going to be lap 49 when he hits the start-finish line. That is already 48 laps in the books, which means 27 to go. And that's a very short race. That is easily a race you can do on one full tank of gas, so it won't be a problem for pitting unless we've got cautions out or anybody needs to, you know, make any adjustments. Now, that's the thing. Everybody seems to be running pretty dang good. Lord, do you think people are making any adjustments at this point during the pit?
They surely have to be, because this race is all about adjustment. The conditions change so much. In hell, Michigan, sometimes it goes from cold to slightly less cold, or cold to even more cold. And they
colder than a witch's nipple.
Of course.
You need to be flexible in a lot of things in life. Lee Corso's just cut out the pace lights, by the way.
Yeah, he did. So we're gonna go green flag racing with 26 to go.
Watch him make this left here. It's a thing of beauty right here.
Oh, we're gonna watch it.
He's gonna pull the handbrake. Now that's a strange thing, because this Pontiac Grand Prix that he's driving, that's a front wheel drive car, and he's just hooting it around there.
He is. I don't understand how it even works. No, it makes no sense.
Corso is going to give himself what's called the Italian job. That's where it involves a lot of mayonnaise and hoagie.
Oh, sounds delicious. I can go for one of them right now. That's
need some Capicola.
Oh, I could cap some cola myself.
Yeah. Eventually you get it done. Get it done from the back inside of not one but 3 Mini Coopers.
Oh, of course, and we're kind of seeing them come around.
Which makes up one regular Cooper.
Now, Doug Pork is leading this pack to green flag. Oh, good God, there he goes. There he fucking goes. Holy shit, Lee. All right, fucking fine. Fine.
Yeah.
Like a prime Nick Hogan.
Jesus Christmas. And here we go, taking the green flag as we restart this race is Doug Pork. He is trying to keep on the lead lap, as is Ricky Walton, and it looks like is Jeff Shanice on that one too. Yeah, Jeff Shanice on the lead, trying to stay on the lead lap, but Giacomo is leading this race.
You got some traffic now in front of you, though.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. How do they handle it? Well, we got a whole pack of cars. But that's the thing. He's going to go ahead and take that low line and get right around them. But so is Bucket Dushine. Go on there, Bucket. Look at that move.
Oh,
Bucket Dushine may have just taking the lead of this race. He's going to slide right in.
He got an incredible surge of momentum, went 4 wide down to the bottom, and look at him just drive underneath.
Wow, that is amazing. Bucket Dushine, the Taco Baco rookie. Driving that number 55 car, a brand new car this season.
This Bucky is going fucky. He is tinkling outside the Binkle.
And look at that. He is tinkling outside the Binkle. And he's got Giacomo looking to pass him as well. Bucky knows how to be aggressive, and he don't have no fear in him. That's the beauty of that youth driving. He's got Boo Jessup, the young veteran behind him. You know,
they can move here.
Another young driver, but one who's got a lot more experience than him. So, you know, that 22 car's got the 8-3 behind him. Again, a lap down now. And look at that, Paul Alcohol. Good thing he has made it to the next round because he is down in 26th place. Not a good thing for him. That's going to be interesting. Dushan leading this race with just 24 laps to go.
We could be in for another photo finish if this keeps up. I'm telling you.
That is the beauty of having two good lines to run in on this track, ain't it, Lloyd?
That is right. Sometimes you have tracks that by default you have just one preferred racing line, but we got two at the same time. Man, that's even better. That's like a 2-for-1 right there.
Yeah, two at the same time. I know that's some people's dream.
That's right. That's what I would do if I had $1 million.
There you go.
That hadn't been seized by the damn government.
On a fake check.
Yeah. Look, all I'm saying, I was gonna have that money eventually. It's not check cotton if you know it's gonna come a month down the road. It's not my fault that they just decided to try and cash it too early. Who among us? Who among us
hasn't post-dated a check about 3 years?
Who among us is not written a bad check?
Which team in South Tucson is who among us plays for?
I don't know. He's a recruit. We got to see about who he's going to get recruited by.
He may have a promising career here. I mean, we'll see what happens.
You shall see what happens.
We're seeing Dushan and Giacomo and Paul Alcohol off the pace. I don't know if he got involved in that wreck, but Paul Alcohol is dropping like a rock.
Oh, like a rock!
I mean, again,
look at how
the sobering reality of life is what's causing him to just dry up here.
That's right.
Well,
we realize that, his rear end is crumpling, just like his livelihood, his marriage, his friendships, and even his body of work. 8 Arby's. That gave me this to read, by the way.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
I think Paul Alcohol's doing awesome. I mean, his back end of his car is bent up all the shit.
Yeah, he must have gotten involved in that wreck. But again, at this point, you might just want to take it down into the shop and just kind of call it a day and be okay with the fact that you are already in the next round. He does have, it's not just the nihilism here. He has nothing to race for. He's already in the second round.
It's gonna be damn interesting. We got a lot of big players here. Look at 542 Norman helping him push Woo Ba Bali up to the front.
Woo Ba Ba!
Woo Ba Ba will take help from a child. He ain't gonna discriminate.
He'll take help
from help he can get if he's gonna win this race.
He needs help he can get help from a child, a bear, a horse.
A little disappointing him. He ain't done shit this year.
And the actual country music star, Toby Keith.
But certainly no help from Cletus.
No,
fuck him.
Fuck Cletus.
Fuck.
Let's talk about Agent Toby Keith. He's not in the playoffs, but he's been putting some good runs in most of the season. I wonder if it's just been bad luck with him, because he seems to always be running at the front of the track.
Well, of course, Agent Toby Keith is a man of many talents here. He's not just a famous musician. He is also an agent. An agent of what, we say? Is he working undercover for the FBI or some shit? Does he know all our secrets?
I think he's gotten to be a special agent. I don't understand how that works, but
maybe he's an agent of liberty with Mike Marine.
Oh, maybe. Oh, I go see that.
Maybe he's in cahoots with the Italians, trying to get them Italian jobs.
I do love Italian food. Maybe he's going for a little bit of a spaghetti western.
I could go for an Italian job right now, just smothered in mozzarella cheese and marinara sauce that is totally not just a thicker, richer ketchup.
Just slathered on there. Watch for the hairs.
Of course, that not to be confused with a former driver in this series. Thicker Richard Ketchup.
rumors of him coming back?
I don't know, man. It's gonna be a while before he comes out of that medically induced coma.
Pretty much.
He's on the hunt.
He is on the hunt. You're absolutely
running
right.
He's on the hunt for his basic motor skills.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't stopped us from putting him in a car before, but I mean, you know, plus we gotta try to fit him in a car.
That's right.
My goodness.
If we can get him a rake, we may get him into the charter class of the Diddler Cup Hall of Fame.
Oh my God.
Get old thick Rick, I tell you what.
Good old thick Rick, man. I used to miss the kind of stories. I used to miss the kind of adventures we would have with 2 escorts and a coffee table and way too much coffee to go through the enlarged intestine.
Oh, of course, you know.
Somewhere in an abandoned shack with everyone wearing sweatpants and somewhere in Dothan, Alabama.
Oh, of course. We gotta go back to Dothan.
Goodness.
Man, we need to go back to Dothan. And that was awesome.
Yeah, that's gotta be. I think that kind of worked as a good rendezvous point when we needed to escape a certain place in Florida.
That's right. That's right. Not that we know anything about that. No, we got 10 laps to go. This is flowing by quickly. And look at this. Giacomo trying to go for War Machine Racing's 4th win in a row between their 2 drivers. Unbelievable.
Just a dominating performance so far, especially when it counts.
You know, we were always talking about who was going to step to the front, who was going to become the dominant powerhouse of the Diddler Cup Racing Series ever since we introduced the team format. And so far, especially to kick off this playoff stretch, it's going to be War Machine Racing.
They figured it out. They got the mojo working.
Everything is cohesive. And everything is soaked in only one kind of alcohol that's going to do it for you. It ain't no Southern Comfort. It ain't no vodka and Sprite. There's only one drink that's going to do it for you. That's called gin.
Oh, hell yeah, it is. And look at this. We're seeing, oh, no. He got caught up in no man's land. No one's going with him. Giacomo may have just lost the lead.
Oh, man. Just as we say
He might be going backwards.
New shots putting on a performance there. We got... What is it, 7 laps to go now?
Looking at 8 laps to go right now. This is lap 6 to 8 of 75, so 8 laps to go.
8 laps to go.
And
It
a
could
very
be
nice
another
lap is
photo
coming up with
finish.
7 to go.
But look at who is starting to make a move on the inside line. We haven't heard from him much this year. Fat Daryl.
Fat Daryl
Who
is
won a
moving
Fat
up.
Daryl?
He's got his teammate in there in Harry Gunt is in 5th
Louis
place as
Jessup's
well.
making a move for
Louis
the
Jessup
lead.
up front. Nice.
We are on the nice lap. Bucket Dewshine is going neck and neck with Bowie Jessup. What a great story for Bowie Jessup, who had a really rough regular season, to just get a big victory like that. And he's got Giacomo pushing him along, so he's gonna have to watch him too. And Dirk Tanaka. We were talking about how Dirk Tanaka needed a big win, or needed a big performance. He's right on the cusp of that cutoff line. He's pushing himself. He's pushing Bucket Dewshine and himself into 2nd place right now.
Giacomo's gotten back in it.
Move.
Oh man, Graybit's the official cryptocurrency of the Diddler Cup Racing Series.
Yep, the Graybits car at number 1, driven by Vitalik Kriptov, is moving backwards right now. He's got no partner. He's going to slide right behind all the ham of Fat Daryl. But here we go. We are starting to see it all come together.
Oh, boy. Dirk Tanaka making a move at the inside.
Tanaka coming down there. He is in 2nd place right now. And he has taken the lead. Dirk Tanaka has taken the lead in that Slat Mark car. What a turnaround.
What a moment this would be. I'll tell you what, if he pulls this off, but there's still plenty of time for any one of these drivers to make a move.
4 laps. Bucket Dewshine could play spoiler. He's got Harry Gunt right behind him pushing. Giacomo is also taking a look. He's right behind him as well.
But I tell you what, these cars, they're not going to be content to just push. They're going to want to make a move and go for the win themselves.
May be
because
chaos.
they're a bunch of self-as-hell assholes.
It may be complete chaos when the white flag is waved. We are 2 laps to go, coming around in just a second. Once they hit that line.
Once they hit that line, all the kind of shit's going to happen.
There we go. 2 laps to go. Dirk Tanaka takes the lead. He's got Boo Jessup right behind him. Bucket Dushan on the high line in second place is bringing Harry Gunt along with him. Of all these names we're saying, the only playoff contender is Giacomo, who is staying right behind Jessup. He's got El Matador Toto Rosanna behind him. The only top 10 driver in the playoffs is Giacomo. That's astounding.
Yeah, this is going to be a big opportunity for Giacomo to make some hay here in this championship. We're going to have a non-playoff contender win this race. Final lap.
We could. Final lap. Dirk Tanaka in the playoffs at the moment. But Bucket Dushan and Boo Jessup are following him as close as possible. Giacomo seems to have maybe... Oh, he's making a big move. Oh, Dushan going with him. They're trying to throw the block in on Jessup. They got Paul Alcohol behind. A lap down. Oh, good God.
Who's it going to be?
It's going to be. It's Dirk Tanaka. Oh, Paul Alcohol caused problems for the low line.
Paul Alcohol, he's got him. He got his. He's entitled to drive like a dick. What a win for Dirk Tanaka to punch his Tanaka. The second round of the playoffs.
And Giacomo drops to 6th place, but again is the only driver in the playoffs aside from Dirk Tanaka. Giacomo and Dirk Tanaka, the only 2 drivers in the playoffs that finished in the top 10. What a race. What a goddamn auto race that was. Astounding. Just outstanding racing from everybody involved.
Hell, Michigan always delivers. That's why we should go to hell more often.
I think so. I think that's a good thing to point out, is that we should be going to hell. I think if we aren't going to hell at this point, we will be soon.
Built on the side of an actual goddamn volcano.
Yeah, the Michigan volcano. They had to retire that track because it literally erupted. But we did what we had to do.
Like the fire it poops after.
It was good. It was a good track until it erupted there.
It was. Yeah. Now it ain't nothing.
Everything was good until the ejection of hot magma and ash part.
I mean, yeah. Well, you make it sound so sexy when you say it like that.
In like a second.
And Dirk Tanaka is your winner. Look at that. There he is. He made his way into the second round. He has moved his way up. We're going to go ahead and find out as we go ahead and get ourselves a word with the winner.
Yes, all right. Look, let's talk to Dirk Tanaka here. He is still in his car getting himself unbuckled. Dirk, this is Lightning Lloyd Shivers in the booth. You just put your ticket in the second round. How's that feel?
Hi. Yeah. So far, it's been great. I want to thank everybody at Slapmart Racing for building us a great car. Yes, we had a lot of wrong runs in the. We knew that if we built a fast enough car, eventually we could make our way up to the front. And it was. I tell you what, those were some fun fast laps. I haven't had this much fun since my days chauffeuring around the Yakuza way back when I was living in Yokohama. But I'll tell you, this was a great race for everyone. I'm just very excited to be part of the second round of the playoffs. What a win!
Yeah, Dirk, you were kind of, you didn't have a great race last week, and you were kind of just hugging that cutoff line where you were potentially looking to get eliminated. You just turned your whole time around. I gotta imagine the people at Slapdong Racing have got to be so happy with you. It's amazing. How does it feel as a rookie to have already to have been having just such a season like you have?
Well, we had a lot. We had plenty of problems. Not all problems with the car, like that Italian dude likes to say. But there was always an adjustment period, and once we got that first win, the confidence in the entire team, it just kept growing and growing, and it just kept getting thicker. And
and it just it wouldn't come down. It wouldn't come down, and we would just keep coming and coming, and eventually we're just but we're not finished just yet. In a matter of saying. By the way, be sure to pick up your Dongerex Injecta pens for the winter cuffing season at your nearest Slap Mart stores in the USA.
All right. Well, Lloyd, he sounds very focused, very ready to get a. That's the nice thing. He kind of can breathe a little bit when we go to our road course next season, next week, and we don't have to. He doesn't have to worry about racing his way in.
That's right. That's such a confidence builder. That's the second most confidence building thing. The first most is up tucking.
Of course, absolutely, no doubt. I believe you. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at what in the hell happened to Smiley Van. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Linwood.
No, I just saw.
Linwood.
I just went right to when it happened. Holy shit!
Oh boy!
Get this one for the goddamn intro next year.
Oh boy!
Holy fuck! Okay. Who's ready to eat the bones?
Who's ready to eat the bones?
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Alright. Lap 45. Smiley Van Buren. Also involved in that accident was Morris Mayfield, who was right below him, and Cobb Salad, who was right below him. So I am incredibly intrigued as to what the fuck is going to happen.
Oh boy. Let's roll this shit.
Let's roll this beautiful bean footage.
Hold
Not to be
beer.
confused with the child Bean footage who was going to be a recruiting. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! What the fuck happened? How?
Oh my God!
How?
That KFC! Oh my God!
Cobb Salad just.
That KFC car is cursed! I swear to God! Oh my God!
Let's keep an eye on Cobb Salad because he just went. He shot up the track like a fucking rocket. Oh, he gets into it with. Oh, Stumpy Lane. He cuts off Stumpy Lane. Jesus. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my fucking Cobb Salad is dead. He's got to be dead. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's still spinning. He's still spinning. He's still spinning. He's still spinning. He's still. And you know what's amazing? We didn't know this happened because nobody in the fucking crowd gave a shit.
Oh my God.
Nobody gave a shit because this was just like a normal thing to happen.
That's right.
My
Nobody
God.
cares.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at what happened to. We're gonna peek at. We're gonna see it how everybody. Let's see what Smiley Van Buren felt.
Wrap that thing.
Oh Jesus Christ! Fucking Salad just slides right into him like a fucking knock hockey game.
Let's go on board. Smiley Van Buren. He seems
like he's having a more fun ride to watch. Oh my God!
Just
How did he
sliding
land on all
upside
four wheels?
down and on his roof. By this point, the engine is gone.
Jesus Christ.
The suspension is busted. There's a tire that's flying right in the infield.
I want to go see. I want to focus on
He done
Morris
as a stunt
Mayfield.
driver for the next Fast and Furious movie.
Morris Mayfield just tumbling through the air. Yep. Not as much. I think we need to go on board with Smiley Van Buren and Cobb Salad in this case. Holy shit.
Morris
Holy
Mayfield,
shit.
we were just talking about how things were starting to turn around now that he was in a change of scenery, and this happens.
The amazing thing is, Paul Alcohol got the best of it. He still finished the race there.
He did finish the race. He actually didn't even flip. He was all right. All right, we're going to go on board with Smiley Van Buren. Let's just see what in the shit. We're going to go on board with Smiley Van Buren, and now we're going to go fucking on. Then we're going to go on board with Cobb Salad here.
Ooh, boy.
You guys ready for this? All right. Hope you're not squeamish.
Good way to get your salad tossed.
Oh, we're going to be able to see the... Oh, no, we're not, because there goes... Jesus Christ. Holy shit.
Stay calm.
He's right behind Bowie Jessup.
Stay calm.
Hey. You know, this reminds me of a time when I drove in an exhibition race down there in Abisu Speedway, and the Asian glow reminded me of a grotesque yet pleasant antelope cavorting across the field. I am drunk as shit, folks.
Fair enough. I think we need to watch from Cobb Salad's point of view.
Folks, if you are motion sick, you may want to turn away from this. If you love a good laugh, you'll definitely want to get your eyeballs on this.
Good Lord above.
Oh my God! They got race radio on there. Hang on a second. Oh, take it to the pit. Holy shit. Holy fuck.
And I've actually just received a word from Cobb Salad's publicist that he would now like to be officially nicknamed Tossed Cobb Salad.
Oh, for the love of God. Okay.
A Star is Born. I tell you what, the KFC car is cursed.
Might be.
Two
That might be the problem.
injuries right there. Two different drivers, two different people eating the bones this year.
Yeah, it may not just be Jim Blossom, Smiley Van Buren as well.
Anybody ate the beard?
I'm trying to figure out if I can figure out what happened to Paul Alcohol at the end of this race, because he kind of just showed up a lap down and caused a lot of havoc at the finish. But we're gonna go ahead and see. I'm trying to find if there's anything interesting to point out there. I don't think there may not be. No, maybe not. Let's kind of get ahead and I'm just kind of taking a look at this now and seeing. He kind of gets in. Oh, he forces them to. Yeah, he forces that whole low line to go around him. Man, what an asshole. He actually hurt his teammate in that case. He didn't even, his teammate was in that line. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to watch, I'm going to pull up Giacomo Bowie Jessup probably. So this is the last thing we're going to watch right here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this. This is, keep an eye on Bowie Jessup. You can't really see him. You can see the War Machine, the number 4 car right over the start-finish line. Right in front of him is Bowie Jessup. You can see Paul Alcohol at the top of your screen. They are coming in, trying to race hard, and they all have to just dip down and get around.
That's a good old-fashioned Long Island-style brake check.
Yeah, that is what that was, and it actually hurt them. Jessup dropped to 4th, Giacomo down to 6th, and that is what did it. Wow. Well, unfortunately, that's the brakes, I guess, in this case. But you know, like a brake check, you know, you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brakes that you can buy at Parts Unknown, Unknown Auto Parts. Official sponsor of the Parts Unknown, Unknown Auto Parts Pole Award, which was ironically won by Paul Alcohol.
That it was. Well, unfortunately, we didn't get we also didn't get to thank our sponsors of Reshart, who sponsored all of our restart. Be sure to restart your bowels with Reshart. And that's about it for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, we now know where this is all starting to line up.
No, we did plan to get standard runs of Ray Shark's product.
Oh, that's true.
If you
Fair
ain't
enough.
kidding,
Fair enough.
You're gonna be shitting in its standard runs. The only adult diaper endorsed by Woo by Bali.
There you go. Now, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. As always, we go to the actual roads of South Tucson for the Jesse James Dupree next week. It's going to be a big one. I cannot wait for that. We're going to see what happens. Right now, it looks like we've got... Oh, God damn, what in the hell's happening here?
He sped up as he started rolling. That's the damnedest shit. Come on.
That makes no fucking sense. Why did he do that? That's a terrible idea.
How can you do that when you're on your roof?
I know, right? I don't understand
Put
at all.
wheels on top of your roof there.
I don't know how it happened. I don't even understand most of this shit.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
But nonetheless, we've got ourselves a dang auto race about to happen, and it is looking pretty dang good. It is. I'm trying to figure out what in the hell is why something's looking like what it does. But anyway, all right. Well, that is it for us. It has been a goddamn auto race. Thank you all so much for joining us. Until next week, where we go to the actual roads of South Tucson for some road course racing, and we drop 4 from the playoff field. For Lightning Lord Shivers, for Beaumont Jenkins, I'm Chip Chapman. It has been a goddamn auto race.
8 Arby's.